candle found your face now, in the most particular way, like it knew which one was finest at the ending of the day. And I watched without you knowing from my side of the room. Candlelight and your breathing was the finest kind of bloom. The world outside was rushing with its noise and with its need, but in here just the candle and your breathing was my creed. The slow and steady rhythm of a person at their rest. Candlelight and your breathing was the one I loved the best. There is an intimacy in the sound of someone near that no words have ever captured, that no music makes more clear than the simple act of breathing in the warmth of candlelight. Candlelight and your breathing is the finest sound of night. Candlelight and your breathing, this is all I ever need. Candlelight and your breathing, this is my most sacred creed. The flame so soft beside us, your breath so warm and near. Candlelight and your breathing is the finest thing to hear, is the finest kind of living, is the finest kind of free. Candlelight and your breathing was always meant for me. The book you left half open on the table by your side was a small and perfect detail of the life we share inside. And the candle kept on burning through the pages and the years. Candlelight and your breathing was the finest thing that clears. I could hear the city somewhere in the distance and the dark, but it never quite arrived here, never left its smallest mark on this room and on this moment, on this warmth between us two. Candlelight and your breathing is the world I always knew. There is a love that lives in silence that the loud ones never find, in the breathing of the person who has settled in your mind as the one who makes the candle worth the lighting every night. Candlelight and your breathing is the most romantic light. Candlelight and your breathing, this is all I ever need. Candlelight and your breathing, simple as a summer seed. The flame still soft beside us, your breath still warm and near. Candlelight and your breathing finds its meaning when you're here, in the silence and the softness, in the light and in the low. Candlelight and your breathing is the finest thing I know. And when the candle finally burned itself to nothing more, the darkness came so gently, like it had been here before. And your breathing kept on going through the dark and through the still. Candlelight and your breathing always will be what I carry, always will be what I keep. Candlelight and your breathing follows me into sleep. Candlelight and your breathing, this is all I ever need. Candlelight and your breathing is my most important creed. The flame may find its ending, but your breath stays warm and near. Candlelight and your breathing is the finest thing to hear, the finest thing to carry, the finest thing to keep. Candlelight and your breathing carries me to sleep. Candlelight, your breathing, same warmth, same near, always the candle, always your breath. Somewhere near midnight, the city finally slowed, and the noise that filled the evening found another road. And we were left together in the quiet and the dark. Somewhere near midnight is where love leaves its mark. The lights outside were fewer, and the streets were almost still, and the night had reached that moment of its own particular will, to give the ones who waited something rare and something true. Somewhere near midnight was made for me and you. There is an hour near midnight that belongs to very few, who stayed when others left now, who remained when others withdrew into their sleep and their forgetting of the night and of the near. Somewhere near midnight is for those who persevere. Somewhere near midnight, when the world belongs to us. Somewhere near midnight, without any need to rush, the candle still is burning, the wine still has its warmth. Somewhere near midnight, far away from any storm, far away from any rushing, far away from any day. Somewhere near midnight is where I always wanna stay, is where the love is clearest, is where the heart is free. Somewhere near midnight was always you and me. saxophone was playing from somewhere down the street, and the notes came through the window with a sound so bittersweet. And we listened without moving, like the music knew our name. Somewhere near midnight, the world was never quite the same. You said something so quietly that only I could hear, and it settled in the room now like the most important year of everything we'd carried, of the love and of the time. Somewhere near midnight was the most important rhyme. There is a truth near midnight that the daytime never shows, that lives inside the darkness like the finest thing that grows between two people staying when the rest have gone to sleep. Somewhere near midnight is the finest thing to keep. Somewhere near midnight, when the world belongs to us. Somewhere near midnight, without any need to rush. The night's so soft around us, the warmth so close and near. Somewhere near midnight is the finest time of year. The finest time for stay, the finest time for free. Somewhere near midnight was always meant to be, was always meant for lovers, was always meant for near. Somewhere near midnight is the reason we are here. Different nights, same midnight hour. Different years, same quiet street. All the love that we have gathered makes the most important beat of a life lived in the evening, of a love lived in the low. Somewhere near midnight is the finest thing to know. And when the midnight passed now into something almost dawn, we held on just a little, like a note that keeps its song long after the musician has put down the instrument. Somewhere near midnight was the evening that we meant, was the evening that we wanted from the very start of night. Somewhere near midnight made the started with a sentence that we never quite finished, and discovered that the silence left us both distinguished from the version that we carried through the noise of every day. The night we didn't need words took the careful parts away. The evening moved so slowly, without the weight of talk, and we breathed inside the quiet like a meditative walk through everything important, through the years and through the near. The night we didn't need words was the finest we've been here. There is a conversation that has no sound at all, that happens in the looking, in the barely there and small gestures of the evening, of the warmth and of the low. The night we didn't need words was the finest way to know. The night we didn't need words was the night I understood. The night we didn't need words said everything it could. In the silence and the candle, in the breathing and the near. The night we didn't need words was the finest atmosphere, was the finest kind of loving, was the finest kind of free. The night we didn't need words was enough for you and me. The music played so softly from the corner of the room, and it said the things we couldn't in that warm and amber bloom of an evening past the speaking, of a love past the explain. The night we didn't need words never comes the same again. You looked at me a moment with that look I've come to know, that says more than a library in the quietest of the low. And I looked right back so gently with the same unspoken line. The night we didn't need words was the most important sign. There is a depth in the wordless that the spoken never finds, in the eyes that find each other, in the most unhurried kinds of an evening given fully to the silence and the near. The night we didn't need words is the finest thing to hear. In the nothing and the everything, in the warmth and in the still. The night we didn't need words always gives more than it will. The night we didn't need words was the night of the most true. The night we didn't need words brought me closer to you. In the silence and the candle, in the breathing and the low. The night we didn't need words was the finest way to know. The finest way to love now, the finest way to be. didn't need words was always you and me. Different nights, same wordless room. Different years, same quiet tune. All the love that lives in silence is the finest love I knew. In the looking and the breathing, in the warmth of being near. The night we didn't need words is the finest atmosphere. And when the morning found us, we still hadn't said a thing. And the silence of the night before was still the finest dream of everything important, of the love and of the true. The night we didn't need words was the most complete of you, was the most complete of me, was the most complete of near. The night we didn't need words is the finest thing right here. The night was almost over, and I didn't want to say it, but the word was there between us, and I couldn't quite delay it. So I said it very softly, like a question and a prayer. Stay until the morning, while the darkness still is there. You didn't answer quickly, but your hand stayed warm in mine, and the candle kept on burning through the most important sign of a love that doesn't rush now, of a heart that knows to wait. Stay until the morning, before the day arrives too late. There is a bravery in asking for the thing you really need, not the grand and the dramatic, but the small and quiet creed of one more hour together, of one more breath and near. Stay until the morning is the bravest thing to hear. Stay until the morning, let the night have what it needs. Stay until the morning, follow where the quiet leads. The stars are still above us, the warmth is still so near. Stay until the morning is the finest thing to hear. It's the finest kind of asking, is the finest kind of free. Stay until the morning, stay right here with me. The city would be waking in a few more patient hours, and the ordinary morning would reclaim its ordinary powers. But right now, in the between time, in the dark before the light, stay until the morning was the finest of the night. You moved a little closer on the pillow and the warm, and the morning felt less urgent and the night felt less the storm. Then I breathed so much more easy with you there beside my side. Stay until the morning had enough room to reside. There is a morning that belongs to the ones who stayed the night, who chose the warmth of staying over the convenience of the light, of the practical and leaving, of the easy and the done. Stay until the morning is the bravest thing under the sun. Stay until the morning, let the darkness have its fill. Stay until the morning, everything is beautifully still. The night's so soft around us, the warmth so close and clear. Stay until the morning is the finest thing to hear. The finest kind of courage, the finest kind of near. Stay until the morning, stay right here, right here. Different nights, same quiet asking. Different years, same morning near. All the love that we have chosen in the dark becomes more clear. In the staying and the warmth now, in the brave and in the low. Stay until the morning is the finest thing to know. And when the morning came now, soft and golden through the blind, we were still there together in the most important find of a night that chose its staying, of a love that chose its near. Stay until the morning was the finest thing to hear, was the finest thing to ask for, was the finest thing to give. Stay until the morning is the finest way to live. Stay until the morning, let the night have what it needs. Stay until the morning, follow where the quiet leads. The light is soft above us, the warmth is still so near. Stay until the morning is the finest thing to hear, is the finest kind of loving, is the finest kind of free. Stay until the morning, stay right here with me. Stay until the morning, still here. Same warmth, same near, same night, always staying, always morning, always ours. The night was almost over, and I didn't want but the word was there between us, and I couldn't quite delay it. So I said it very softly, like a question and a prayer. Not every quiet is the same. Some quiet is just empty, and some quiet is the warmest, most important kind of plenty. The kind that lives between us when the words have found their rest. The warmest kind of quiet is the one I love the best. The evening settled slowly on the room and on our chairs, and we let it come between us like it always does, in pairs of people who have learned now that the silence is the gift. The warmest kind of quiet gave the whole night its uplift. Between two souls that can't be rushed or borrowed, that just gradually unfolds like the most important music playing just below the sound. The warmest kind of quiet is the finest thing we found. The warmest kind of quiet is the one we share. Is the sound of having no fear, of the space between two people, of the silence and the still. The warmest kind of quiet always gives more than it will, always gives the room to breathe now, always gives the room to be. The warmest kind of quiet was always you and me. Your coffee cup was empty, mine was barely at the half, and nobody moved to fill them, and nobody tried to laugh at the nothing we were saying, at the everything we meant. The warmest kind of quiet was the finest thing we spent. The clock moved through the evening in its patient, steady way, and we moved right along beside it, like two rivers in the bay that run alongside each other without needing to explain. The warmest kind of quiet is the love that needs no name. There is a quiet that says more than 1,000 careful words, that arrives like the most natural of the late night quiet birds, that settles in the breathing of two people at their ease. The warmest kind of quiet is exactly this and these. The warmest kind of quiet is the one we built together. The warmest kind of quiet, strong enough for any weather, in the space between our breathing, in the warmth between without drama or the loud. The warmest kind of quiet is the softest kind of proud, of a love that learned its silence, of a love that found its ease. The warmest kind of quiet is exactly this and me. Different nights, same warm silence, different years, same patient room. All the quiet we have gathered makes the most important bloom of a love that needs no volume, of a love that needs no stage. The warmest kind of quiet is the finest kind of age. Over and we moved toward the dark. The quiet came along now, like a warm and steady spark that would light the next morning. And the one that comes behind, the warmest kind of quiet, is the finest peace of mind. Is the finest kind of loving, is the finest kind of free. The warmest kind of quiet was always you and me. The warmest kind of quiet is the one we share right here. Nobody put a record on, nobody found the song, but we started moving slowly, like we'd known it all along. This particular rhythm of two people finding one, slow dancing without music, had already begun. Hand found my waist in that unhurried way, and we swayed without a reason at the ending of the day. And the room became a ballroom, and the night became a song. Slow dancing without music was where we both belonged. Music in the movement of two people close and warm, that no orchestra has captured, that no melody has formed. It lives inside the breathing and the heartbeat and the sway. Slow dancing without music is the finest way to stay. Slow dancing without music, just the two of us and I. Slow dancing without music, everything is finally right. No melody is needed when the rhythm lives in you. Slow dancing Slow dancing without music was always you and me. The city kept its distance in the darkness and the cold, and we kept our own warm center, like a story to be told of two people in a kitchen or a living room at night, slow dancing without music in the softest kind of light. You hummed something so quietly that I couldn't find the tune, but it didn't need a title underneath the patient moon. And the hum became all music, and the sway became our song. Slow dancing without music is where we both belong. There is a dance that only happens when the music falls away, when the body finds its partner in the most unhurried way, when the arms just know the answer and the heart just knows the time. Slow dancing without music is the most romantic rhyme. Slow dancing without music, just the two of us and warm. Slow dancing without music, far away from any storm. No melody required now when the rhythm lives inside. Slow dancing without music, with enough room for every stride, every step and every turning, every breath and every near. Slow dancing without music is the finest thing to hear. In the silence of the moving, in the warmth of being close, slow dancing without music is what I love the most. Different nights, same warm embrace. Different years, same gentle sway. All the love that moves between us never really goes away. It just finds a different rhythm in a different kind of room. Slow dancing without music always makes enough of room. And when we finally stopped now, we were somewhere past the night, in a place that had no address, in a moment burning bright, with the warmth of what had happened, in the silence and the sway. Slow dancing without music never really goes away, never leaves the arms that held it, never leaves the heart that knew. Slow dancing without music was always me and you. Slow dancing without music, just the two of us and night. Slow dancing without music, everything forever right. No melody is needed when the rhythm lives in you. Slow dancing without music is the finest thing we knew. was always meant to be. Slow dancing without music, same on, same sway, same warmth. Always dancing, always near, always ours. The moon found the water before we found each other, and left a trail of silver like a message from another time when we were simpler, when the night was wide and new, and moonlight on the water was the first thing that I knew. We walked without deciding which direction or how far, just the water on our left now, and above us every star, and the moon kept right on giving what the darkness couldn't hold, and moonlight on the water was more beautiful than gold. There is a light that only happens when the moon meets open sea, that makes the world feel smaller in the most important way, that pulls two people closer without asking them to move. Moonlight on the water always finds its groove. Moonlight on the water, this is where we always come. Moonlight on the water, when the day is finally done, the silver on the surface, the reflection of the night. Moonlight on the water makes everything feel right, makes everything feel possible, makes everything feel near. Moonlight on the water is the reason we are here, is the reason we keep coming back to this same shore. Moonlight on the water is what evenings are for. You stop beside a moment that the water held so still, and I stopped right beside you with that warm and easy will of someone who has learned now that the stopping is the gift. And moonlight on the water gave our evening its uplift. The boats were all at anchor in the harbor, soft and deep, and the fishermen were resting in their long and patient sleep, and the moon kept watch above them like it always has and will. And moonlight on the water made the whole world beautifully still. There is a silver in the darkness that the daylight never shows, that appears between two people when the quiet feeling grows into something warm and wordless, into something old and true. Moonlight on the water always leads me back to you. Moonlight on Different nights, same silver water. Different years, same patient moon. All of us just standing in that warm and silver swoon of the moment before touching, of the moment before near. Moonlight on the water is the finest thing to hear. And when we finally turn now from the water to each other, the moon was still there watching, like a patient older brother who had seen this all before and knew exactly how it ends. Moonlight on the water is where every love begins, is where every love returns to when the world has been too loud. Moonlight on the water wraps you in the softest cloud of silver and of silence, of the night and of the free. Moonlight on the water was always you and me. Moonlight on the water, this is where we always come. Moonlight on the water, when the day is finally done. The silver on the surface, the reflection of the night. Moonlight on the water makes everything feel right, makes everything feel possible, makes everything feel clear. Moonlight on the water is the finest reason here. Nobody poured the last glass. It just appeared between us, like the evening had decided that it still had things to give us. One more conversation, one more candle burning low. The last glass of wine was telling us there was nowhere left to go. The bottle had been with us since the early part of night, and somewhere in the drinking we had found the finest light of what the two of us were, in the quiet and the wine. The last glass of wine was everything that made the evening shine. There is a last glass that is different from the ones that came before. The taste of all the evening and the ones we still adore, of conversation and of candles, of the night and of the near. The last glass of wine is always the most honest one, right here. The last glass of wine, when the night is given all. The last glass of wine, before the darkness makes its call. The color deep and honest, the warmth still in the glass. The last glass of wine between us is too beautiful to pass, too beautiful to finish, the candlelight went through it like the finest thing it caught. And I watched the color moving through the crystal and the flame. The last glass of wine at midnight, never twice the same. We talked about the ordinary in the most extraordinary way, about the small and the important, about tomorrow and today. And the wine kept us honest, as it always seems to do. The last glass of wine at midnight made me glad I chose you. There is a honesty in the last glass that the first one never had, that says the truest things now, through the good and through the bad, of everything we've carried through the years and through the night. The last glass of wine at midnight makes the everything feel right. The last glass of wine, when the night has given everything. The last glass of wine is the most important offering. The color deep and honest, the warmth still in the glass. The last glass of wine between us is too beautiful to pass, too beautiful to finish, too beautiful to end. The last glass of wine at midnight is where two hearts always blend. Different nights, same last glass. Different years, same honest wine. All the love that we have carried settles slowly in the vine. Of everything we've shared now, of the candlelight and near, the last glass of wine at midnight is the finest thing right here. And when the glass was empty and the candle burning out, we sat inside the silence with no question and no doubt of what the evening meant now, of what the wine had said. The last glass of wine at midnight left its warmth inside our head, left its color in the memory, left its honesty behind. The last glass of wine at midnight is the finest peace of mind, is the finest kind of ending, is the finest kind of start. The last glass of wine at midnight lives forever in the heart. The last glass of wine, when the night has given all. The last glass of wine, before the morning makes its call. The color deep and honest, the warmth still in the glass. The last glass of wine between us is too beautiful to pass, too beautiful to finish, too beautiful to end. The last glass of wine. Nobody set the timer, nobody watched the clock, and the evening kept on opening like an ever-turning lock into something warm and endless, into something wide and free. All the time in the world was all we chose to be. Dinner plates were finished, but we didn't move to clear. Just the candle and the quiet, and the warmth of being here. And the night stretched long before us, like an invitation wide. All the time in the world had enough room to reside. There is a luxury in slowness that no money ever bought. In the evening without hurry, in the moment without thought of the next thing and the after, of the schedule and the plan. All the time in the world is the finest thing for man. The time in the world is right here in this room. All the time in the world, in the candlelight and bloom of an evening given fully to the warmth of being near. All the time in the world is the finest thing right here. Is the finest kind of richness, is the finest kind of free. All the time in the world was always you and me. We talked about the future in the most unhurried way, not with urgency or planning, but the way that dreamers say the things they hope for gently, without needing them tomorrow. All the time in the world had no room left for sorrow. The saxophone was breathing from somewhere in the night, and the notes found all the spaces in the warm and amber light. And we listened without rushing to the end or to the close. All the time in the world was the finest All the time in the world is the finest thing to know. And when the night was over and the morning claimed its right, we carried all that slowness from the long and finest night into every rush tomorrow, into every busy day. All the time in the world never really goes away, never leaves the ones who found it, never leaves the heart that knew. All the time in the world was the finest me and you, was the finest kind of evening, was the finest kind of near. All the time in the world is why we're always here. All the time in the world is right here in this room. All the time in the world, in the candlelight and bloom of an evening given fully to the warmth of being near. All the time in the world is the finest thing right here, is the finest kind of loving, is the finest kind of free. All the time in the world was always you and me. Nobody set the timer, nobody watched the clock, and the evening kept on opening like a never-turning lock into something warm and endless. The candle found your face now in the most particular way, like it knew which one was finest at the ending of the day. And I watched without you knowing from my side of the room. Candlelight and your breathing was the finest kind of bloom. The world outside was rushing with its noise and with its need, but in here just the candle and your breathing was my creed, the slow and steady rhythm of a person at their rest. Candlelight and your breathing was the one I loved the best. There is an intimacy in the sound of someone near that no words have ever captured, that no music makes more clear than the simple act of breathing in the warmth of candlelight. Candlelight and your breathing is the finest sound of night. Candlelight and your breathing, this is all I ever need. Candlelight and your breathing, this is my most sacred creed. The flame so soft beside us, your breath so warm and near. Candlelight and your breathing is the finest thing to hear, is the finest kind of living, is the finest kind of free. book you left half open on the table by your side was a small and perfect detail of the life we share inside. And the candle kept on burning through the pages and the years. Candlelight and your breathing was the finest thing that clears. I could hear the city somewhere in the distance and the dark, but it never quite arrived here, never left its smallest mark on this room and on this moment, on this warmth between us two. Candlelight in your breathing is the world I always knew. There is a love that lives in silence that the loud ones never find, in the breathing of the person who is settled in your mind, as the one who makes the candle worth the lighting every night. Candlelight and your breathing is the most romantic light. Candlelight and your breathing, this is all I ever need. Candlelight and your breathing, simple as a summer seed. The flame still soft beside us, your breath still warm and near. Candlelight and your breathing is the finest sound to hear. The finest sound of evening, the finest sound of home. Candlelight and your breathing means I'm never quite alone. Different nights, same warm candle, different years, same breathing near. All the love that I have carried finds its meaning when you're here, in the silence and the softness, in the light and in the low. Candlelight and your breathing is the finest thing I know. And when the candle finally burned itself to nothing more, the darkness came so gently, like it had been here before. And your breathing kept on going through the dark and through the still. Candlelight and your breathing always will, always will be what I carry, always will be what I keep. Candlelight and your breathing follows me into sleep. Candlelight and your breathing, this is all I ever need. Candlelight and your breathing is my most important creed. The flame may find it sending, but your breath stays warm and near. Candlelight and your breathing is the finest thing to hear, the finest thing to carry, the finest thing to keep. Candlelight and your breathing carries me to sleep. Candlelight, your breathing, same warmth, watched the clock, and the evening kept on opening like a never-turning lock into something warm and endless, into something wide and free. All the time in the world was all we chose to be. The dinner plates were finished, but we didn't move to clear. Just the candle and the quiet and the warmth of being here. And the night stretched long before us like an invitation wide. All the time in the world had enough room to reside. There is a luxury in slowness that no money ever bought. In the evening without hurry, in the moment without thought of the next thing and the after, of the schedule and the plan. All the time in the world is the finest thing for man. All the time in the world is right here in this room. All the time in the world in the candlelight and bloom of an evening given fully to the warmth of being near. All the time in the world is the finest thing right here. Is the finest kind of richness, is the finest kind of free. All the time in the world was always you and me. We talked about the future in the most unhurried way, not with urgency or planning, but the way that dreamers say the things they hope for gently without needing them tomorrow. All the time in the world had no room left for sorrow. The saxophone was breathing from somewhere in the night, and the notes found all the spaces in the warm and amber light. And we listened without rushing to the end or to the close. All the time in the world was the finest thing it knows. There is a wealth in the unhurried that the rushing never finds. In the evening without deadline, in the love without confines, that just opens like the finest of the nights we've ever known. All the time in the world is the finest thing we've grown. All the time in the world is right here between us two. All the time in the world, in the warm and in the true, of an evening without edges, of a love without the end. All the time in the world is the finest gift to send to the heart that needs the slowing, to the soul that needs the near. All the time in the world is the finest thing right here. Different nights, same time this evening. Different years, same patient too. All the love that time has given makes the most important view of a life lived in the unhurried, of a love lived in the slow. busy day. All the time in the world never really goes away. Never leaves the ones who found it, never leaves the heart that knew. All the time in the world was the finest me and you. Was the finest kind of evening, was the finest kind of near. All the time in the world is why we're always here. All the time in the world is right here in this room. All the time in the world in the candlelight and bloom of an evening given fully to the warmth of being near. All the time in the world is the finest thing right here. Is the finest kind of loving, is the finest kind of free. All the time in the world was always you and me. All the time in the world, same candle, same night, same warmth. Always time, always near, always ours, always enough. Nobody poured the last glass. It just appeared between us, like the evening had decided that it still had things to give us. One more conversation, one more candle burning low. The last glass of wine was telling us there was nowhere left to go. The bottle had been with us since the early part of night, and somewhere in the drinking we had found the finest light of what the two of us were in the quiet and the wine. The last glass of wine was everything that made the evening shine. There is a last glass that is different from the ones that came before. The taste of all the evening and the ones we still adore, of conversation and of candles, of the night and of the near. The last glass of wine is always the most honest one right here. The last glass of wine, when the night is given on. The last glass of wine, before the darkness makes its call. The color deep and honest, the warmth still in the glass. The last glass of wine between us is too beautiful to pass, too beautiful to finish, too beautiful to end. The last glass of wine at midnight is the most important friend. You turn the glass so slowly in your hand without a thought, and the candlelight went through it like the finest thing it caught. And I watched the color moving through the crystal and the flame. glass of wine at midnight, never twice the same. We talked about the ordinary in the most extraordinary way, about the small and the important, about tomorrow and today. And the wine kept us honest, as it always seems to do. The last glass of wine at midnight made me glad I chose you. There is an honesty in the last glass that the first one never had, that says the truest things now, through the good and through the bad, of everything we've carried through the years and through the night. The last glass of wine at midnight makes the everything feel right. The last glass of wine, when the night has given everything. The last glass of wine is the most important offering. The color deep and honest, the warmth still in the glass. The last glass of wine between us is too beautiful to pass, too beautiful to finish, too beautiful to end. The last glass of wine at midnight is where two hearts always blend. Different nights, same last glass. Different years, same honest wine. All the love that we have carried settles slowly in the vine of everything we've shared now, of the candlelight and near. The last glass of wine at midnight is the finest thing right here. And when the glass was empty and the candle burning out, we sat inside the silence with no question and no doubt of what the evening meant now, of what the wine had said. The last glass of wine at midnight left its warmth inside our head, left its color in the memory, left its honesty behind. The last glass of wine at midnight is the finest peace of mind, is the finest kind of ending, is the finest kind of start. The last glass of wine at midnight lives forever in the heart. The last glass of wine, when the night has given all. The last glass of wine, before the morning makes its call. The color deep and honest, the warmth still in the glass. The last glass of wine We started with a sentence that we never quite finished, and discovered that the silence left us both distinguished from the version that we carried through the noise of every day. The night we didn't need words took the careful parts away. The evening moved so slowly without the weight of talk, and we breathed inside the quiet like a meditated walk. Through everything important, through the years and through the near, the night we didn't need words was the finest we've been here. There is a conversation that has no sound at all, that happens in the looking, in the barely there and small gestures of the evening, of the warmth and of the low. The night we didn't need words was the finest way to know. The night we didn't need words was the night I understood. The night we didn't need words said everything it could. In the silence and the candle, in the breathing and the near, the night we didn't need words was the finest atmosphere, was the finest kind of loving, was the finest kind of free. The night we didn't need words was enough for you and me. The music played so softly from the corner of the room, and it said the things we couldn't in that warm and amber bloom of an evening past the speaking, of a love past the explain. The night we didn't need words never comes the same again. You looked at me a moment with that look I've come to know, that says more than a library in the quietest of the low. And I looked right back so gently with the same unspoken line. The night we didn't need words was the most important sign. There is a depth in the wordless that the spoken never finds, in the eyes that find each other in the most unhurried kinds of an evening given fully to the silence and the near. The night we didn't need words is the finest thing to hear. In the nothing and the everything, in the warmth and in the still, the night we didn't need words always gives more than it will. The night we didn't need words was the night of the most true. The night we didn't need words brought me closer to you. In the silence and the candle, in the breathing and the low, the night we didn't need words was the finest way to know. The finest way to love now night, same wordless room, different years, same quiet too. All the love that lives in silence is the finest love I knew. In the looking and the breathing, in the warmth of being near. The night we didn't need words is the finest atmosphere. And when the morning found us, we still hadn't said a thing, and the silence of the night before was still the finest ring. Somewhere near midnight, the city finally slowed, and the noise that filled the evening found another road, and we were left together in the quiet and the dark. Somewhere near midnight is where love leaves its mark. The lights outside were fewer, and the streets were almost still, and the night had reached that moment of its own particular will, to give the ones who waited something rare and something true. Somewhere near midnight was made for me and you. There is an hour near midnight that belongs to very few, who stayed when others left now, who remained when others withdrew into their sleep and their forgetting of the night and of the near. Somewhere near midnight is for those who persevere. Somewhere near midnight, when the world belongs to us. Somewhere near midnight, without any need to rush, the candle still is burning, the wine still has its warmth. Somewhere near midnight, far away from any storm, far away from any rushing, far away from any day. Somewhere near midnight is where I always want to stay, is where the love is clearest, is where the heart is free. Somewhere near midnight was always you and me. The saxophone was playing from somewhere down the street, and the notes came through the window with a sound so bittersweet, and we listened without moving, like the music knew our name. Somewhere near midnight, the world was never quite the same. You said something so quietly that only I could hear, forgotten rhyme. There is a truth near midnight that the daytime never shows, that lives inside the darkness like the finest thing that grows between two people staying when the rest have gone to sleep. Somewhere near midnight is the finest thing to keep. Somewhere near midnight, when the world belongs to us. Somewhere near midnight, without any need to rush. The night so soft around us, the warmth so close and near. Somewhere near midnight is the finest time of year. The finest time for staying, the finest time for free. Somewhere near midnight was always meant to be, was always meant for lovers, was always meant for near. Somewhere near midnight is the reason we are here. Different nights, same midnight hour. Different years, same quiet street. All the love that we have gathered makes the most important beat of a life lived in the evening, of a love lived in the low. Somewhere near midnight is the finest thing to know. And when the midnight passed now into something almost dawn, we held on just a little, like a note that keeps its song long after the musician has put down the instrument. Somewhere near midnight was the evening that we meant, was the evening that we wanted from the very start of night. Somewhere near midnight made the everything feel right, made the love feel possible, made the quiet feel near. Somewhere near midnight is the finest time of year. Somewhere near midnight, when the world belongs to us. Somewhere near midnight, without any need to rush. The candle still is burning, the warmth still close and near. Somewhere near midnight is the finest reason here, the finest reason staying, the finest. The moon found the water before we found each other, and left a trail of silver like a message from another time, when we were simpler, when the night was wide and new, and moonlight on the water was the first thing that I knew. We walked without deciding which direction or how far, just the water on our left now, and above us every star. And the moon kept right on giving what the darkness couldn't hold, and moonlight on people closer without asking them to move. Moonlight on the water always finds its groove. Moonlight on the water, this is where we always come. Moonlight on the water, when the day is finally done. The silver on the surface, the reflection of the night. Moonlight on the water makes everything feel right, makes everything feel possible, makes everything feel near. Moonlight on the water is the reason we are here, is the reason we keep coming back to this same shore. Moonlight on the water is what evenings are for. You stop beside a moment that the water held so still, and I stopped right beside you with that warm and easy will of someone who has learned now that the stopping is the gift. And moonlight on the water gave our evening its uplift. The boats were all at anchor in the harbor soft and deep, and the fishermen were resting in their long impatient sleep. And the moon kept watch above them like it always has and will. And moonlight on the water made the whole world beautifully still. There is a silver in the darkness that the daylight never shows, that appears between two people when the quiet feeling grows into something warm and wordless, into something old and true. Moonlight on the water always leads me back to you. Moonlight on the water, this is where we always come. Moonlight on the water, when the day is finally done. The silver on the surface, the reflection of the sky. Moonlight on the water never asks the reason why, never asks for explanations, never asks for more than this. Moonlight on the water is the most romantic kiss of the evening on the surface of the night upon the sea. Moonlight on the water was always meant for me. Different nights, same silver water, different years, same patient moon. All of us just standing in that warm and silver soon of the moment before touching, of the moment before near. Moonlight on the water is the finest thing to hear. And when we finally turn now from the water to each other, the moon was still there watching, like a patient older brother who had seen this all before and knew exactly how it ends. Moonlight was always you and me. Moonlight on the water, this is where we always come. Moonlight on the water, when the day is finally done. The silver on the surface, the reflection of the night. Moonlight on the water makes everything feel right, makes everything feel possible, makes everything feel clear. Nobody put a record on, nobody found the song, but we started moving slowly, like we'd known it all along. This particular rhythm of two people finding one, slow dancing without music, had already begun. Your hand found my waist in that unhurried way, and we swayed without a reason at the ending of the day. And the room became a ballroom, and the night became a song. Slow dancing without music was where we both belonged. There is a music in the movement of two people close and warm, that no orchestra has captured, that no melody has formed. It lives inside the breathing and the heartbeat and the sway. Slow dancing without music is the finest way to stay. Slow dancing without music, just the two of us and night. Slow dancing without music, everything is finally right. No melody is needed when the rhythm lives in you. Slow dancing without music is the finest thing we do, is the finest kind of loving, is the finest kind of free. Slow dancing without music was always you and me. The city kept its distance in the darkness and the cold, and we kept our own warm center, like a story to be told, of two people in a kitchen or a living room at night. Slow dancing without music in the softest kind of light. You hum something so quietly that I couldn't find the tune, but it didn't need a title underneath the patient moon. And the hum became our music, and the sway became our song. Slow dancing without music is where we both belong. There is a dance that only happens when the music falls away, when the body finds its partner in the most unhurried way, when the arms just know the answer and the heart just knows the time. Slow dancing two of us and warm, slow dancing without music, far away from any storm. No melody required now when the rhythm lives inside. Slow dancing without music, with enough room for every stride, every step and every turning, every breath and every near. Slow dancing without music is the finest thing to hear. In the silence of the moving, in the warmth of being close, slow dancing without music is what I love the most. Different nights, same warm embrace. Different years, same gentle sway. All the love that moves between us never really goes away. It just finds a different rhythm in a different kind of room. Slow dancing without music always makes enough of room. And when we finally stopped now, we were somewhere past the night, in a place that had no address, in a moment burning bright, with the warmth of what had happened, in the silence and the sway. Slow dancing without music never really goes away, never leaves the arms that held it, never leaves the heart that knew. Slow dancing without music was always me and you. Slow dancing without music, just the two of us and night. Slow dancing without music, everything forever right. No melody is needed when the rhythm lives in you. Slow dancing without music is the finest thing we knew, is the finest kind of evening, is the finest kind of free. Slow dancing without music was always meant to be. Slow dancing without music